Hi guys, today I just want to talk about magnesium. This is a really good topic because a lot of people are really deficient in magnesium. In fact, it's actually been estimated that around 80% of the population are deficient in magnesium. So magnesium is a mineral. It is the fourth most abundant mineral in the body, and it's used for over 300 mechanisms in the body. So it's really important for a healthy functioning nervous system. It's really important for energy production. It's involved in muscle contraction, healthy heart muscle, cell signaling. It plays a structural role in bones, in cell membranes, in chromosomes. It's super important. And a lot of people are deficient. And the reason being a lot of people are deficient is because they're not getting enough magnesium, they're not eating enough fruit and vegetables, because magnesium is in fruit and vegetables, especially leafy greens. And our soils are actually deficient in magnesium, so even though they're eating leafy greens, the leafy greens that they're eating are actually deficient, and this is due to farming practices. So you might not be eating organic produce, and this can there be lower in minerals. Australian soils are also lower in minerals like selenium and zinc and iodine, and this is because Australia is quite an old country, but also to do with our farming practices. So diet and farming practices, and then everyone is really freaking stressed. And stress uses up more magnesium. So the more we're stressed, the more magnesium we use up. So we're already deficient, and then we're stressed. So then everyone's deficient, as far as I'm concerned. Everyone benefits from a little bit of magnesium. It always goes a really long way. And there's two ways that you can add it into your world. One is diet, and the other one is supplementation. So I'm just going to talk through deficiency signs. So muscle twitching is a really big deficiency sign of magnesium. You might get eye twitching, or you might get muscle spasms in your calf, or foot cramping, or that type of thing. Headaches, insomnia, not being able to sleep, not being able to fall asleep, constipation, anxiety, depression, irregular heartbeat. These are all deficiency signs. And then there's quite a lot of conditions that can actually benefit from magnesium, or benefit. So it's sort of have been shown to benefit from magnesium, I guess, supplementation or increasing the magnesium intake through the diet. And that is conditions like PMS. And this is quite common. You probably know that if you are on your menstrual cycle, or leading up into your menstrual cycle, you might crave chocolate. And this is probably your body being quite intelligent, or it is your body being quite intelligent, because it's craving something it needs, and then you're reaching for the chocolate. The problem is that the chocolate you're reaching for isn't really high in magnesium. So raw cacao is really naturally very high in magnesium, but a lot of people aren't eating raw cacao, they're eating crappy dairy milk chocolate, so which is really high in sugar, and then that's probably going to cause more deficiency. So PMS, magnesium supplementation can really help with PMS symptoms. Headaches, insomnia, type 2 diabetes, and insulin resistance. Magnesium is really good for sugar cravings as well. So if you're having a sugar craving, sometimes having some magnesium to actually counteract that. High blood pressure is another big one, because magnesium will actually dilate the blood vessels, so therefore reducing your blood pressure. Osteoporosis is another big one. Due to its structural role in bones. Preeclampsia, eclampsia, cardiovascular disease, and asthma. These are all things that can benefit from magnesium supplementation. So foods that are high in magnesium are leafy greens. Everything green, high in magnesium. Ideally organic, like try and get as much organic produce as you can into you, not just from the pesticide factor, which is also important, but also from the mineral content factor. Cashews, lentils, raw cacao, as I said before, pumpkin seeds, basil. Eat the rainbow. You know, like eat a colourful plate, get as much variety as you can into your diet, and you're less likely to be nutrient deficient, especially in the minerals and B vitamins. And then I'm going to just quickly touch on supplementation. There's lots of different types of magnesium when it comes to supplementation, and some you will find will actually have a bit of a laxative effect, and that's probably because you're not taking the right type. You need to, again, be careful with supplements and the excipients that are used in supplements. So a lot of the supplements that you buy over the counter, say you go up to Chemist Warehouse or something and buy something and you don't really know what you're getting, will have a lot of excipients in it, meaning fillers. So to make a capsule, they have to put binders and fillers into the capsule in order to make it a capsule, and it's often full of crap. So also I find that magnesium capsules don't always absorb as well. And then of course the type of magnesium. So magnesium citrate and an amino acid chelate are the best types for absorption. But it depends on what your condition is. So it depends on what you're using it for, which is why it's really important to work with someone and not just go and buy something off the counter, or at least go to the health food shop and talk to someone at the health food shop, because it can get really confusing and you can just waste your money, to be quite frank. And the other thing you need to know is if you are supplementing with magnesium and you are also supplementing with zinc, to not take them together because they interfere, the absorption interferes. So that's pretty much it on magnesium. It is an amazing mineral, and if you are deficient, it's probably one of the most important things to get on top of, and it can help with so many things, and it makes such a big difference. And unfortunately, given the stressful lives that we run or we're living in today's environment, most of us are stressed in some form or another, and therefore we are deficient in magnesium, as well as not eating enough fruit and vegetables. So that's all. If you have any comments, write in the comments below. If you've got any questions, write in the comments below, or private message me and I will write back. Like it, share it with your friends, with someone that you might know that might be deficient in magnesium. Okay, that's all guys. Thanks, and I'll see you next time. Bye.